What's going on, everyone? Welcome to week number 7. It's Bedham. It's Pick'em. I'm joined by Ricky Sanders. But if you had Rob to not be here, minus 12,000 tickets from last week, burn them in the air. You're done. Rob, how are you?
I've had a rough 3 weeks.
I understand completely. It was just funny. It's last week, Ricky and I are like, minus 12,000, cash it.
I lost my driver's license. Then I had to go get my driver's license. It's just been a fucking mess.
Yeah. It's been a couple crazy weeks. We've actually made some ground up though. We are finally clawing our way out of the early hole that we put ourselves into, which has been nice over at Circa. We're closing in on 500, which is the best first step to making a charge up the leaderboards. But let's talk about Survivor first, because we've had a bunch of conversations about it this week so far already. So basically for this week for Survivor, the options are Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals. So if you're in a normal pool that does not have Thanksgiving and Christmas as its own slate, this is about as good a spot for the Cardinals as you will get. The problem for us is we have 2 games only on Christmas Day that count as their own week. Browns at Packers, Colts at Cardinals. We have used the Packers and we have used the Colts. So using Cardinals would be locking us into the Browns at the Packers on Christmas, and that feels like a very bad idea, Ricky.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely want to save, we're playing for the win. So we definitely want to have the team available. And it's not like there aren't other good options. We have a ton of double-digit lines this week. And if you ask me, the underdogs of those games don't have a lot of chance. I mean, this Bears team with Justin Fields has been pretty disappointing. And the Lions, we know they're the Lions, and the Rams offense, I mean, one of the best passing offenses in the league. So it's like, why? Why, if we have these great other options, will we corner ourselves? That's the thought process.
Rob, we had a nice conversation as you were getting get a cup of coffee this morning. I think I have finally converted you to Team Bucks as well.
Are you fucking sure these are the rules?
I'm positive.
You're sure?
100% positive.
You're 1,000% positive these are the rules. All right. So
Positive.
my survivor philosophy is always, pretty much the same as anyone else, is you take the guaranteed win every week, regardless of what the next week holds, because you might not make it to the next week. Right. And so after some discussion, I am off the Cardinals. Let's save them till Christmas. Although it's still, they're not going to be double digit favorites on Christmas out there.
I mean, what if Carson Wentz hurts another ankle? Then they'll be like 14-point favorites.
I'm good holding them. They're a good football team. Let's hold them. Let's go Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I personally think that Tampa wins by more than the Cardinals do this week. Just,
you know what? Let me ask you some game theory. Do we have any idea how many teams are still holding Tampa Bay?
Yes. I actually posted it on the sheet at the bottom. 67.2% of the teams are holding on to the Bucks.
So people are going 2 places this week then. Arizona, Tampa.
I think there'll be some Rams, but it'll probably be a distant third. I think we'll see some Patriots too. 73% of the field has the Patriots. We used them when the Vikings should have been eliminated. So I think a lot of people are going to be tempted by the Patriots. And Rob and I were talking. There's going to be a lot of Patriots -7 games that we just are not going to be tempted by. And we know full well the Patriots are going to lose one of them, at least. So I'm glad we don't have to deal with that decision anymore.
Yeah, let's roll Tampa Bay.
Yeah, you have to pass to beat Tampa, and Fields has shown no ability to pass. I can't imagine a more perfect spot. Well, so I will remove your 3, and I will put your 3 onto the Bucks, Rob, just for that. All right, let's go talk about the Circa contest here. Decent week for us last week. We took Monday Night Football and got absolutely wrecked with a road favorite. I'm only mentioning that because once again, you people want to take a road favorite on Monday Night Football. Let's start with Bengals at Ravens. Consensus game right out of the chute for Rob, Jeff, Duke, and Tyler. Ravens -6.5 at home against the Bengals. Rob, I'll let you make the case because Ricky and I were on the fence on this one.
Well, I'm surprised neither of you are on this game, actually. Like the Ravens are playing really good football right now. And, I don't see like, how do the Bengals hurt you? they have to throw the football, right? I mean, they have to throw the football. And I don't see them being, A, the Ravens are going to suck the air out of the ball quite a bit. And B, I don't see them getting much run on that Ravens secondary. So I love under 7 in this spot.
I'm just worried about the Ravens offense running the football. Like they're without some weapons this week. And I just like Devonta Freeman's going to be their starting running back. I guess this screams backdoor written all over it. That's why I stayed away, but I don't have a huge objection.
Yeah, like Bengals have been like a top 5 rush defense so far, low key. And I mean, the way the Bengals, like you said, they win is passing the ball. And sure, the Ravens have a good pass rush, but once you get past that, the secondary has been lacking. So I don't think it's as one-sided as everyone thinks. That being said, if I had to choose a side, it'd probably be the Ravens. I just didn't have a strong opinion.
Yeah, it's not like they haven't faced any decent rushing offenses, too. Like, they've played a pretty decent schedule in terms of rushing offenses so far this season.
Yeah.
Vikings, Bears, Steelers, the Jaguars was pretty easy, but Packers and Lions like to run the ball, too. So, I'm kind of on the fence here, but it looks like it's a consensus game, so let's go Ravens. Let's move on to Panthers -3 at the Giants here. Everyone had kind of low confidence in the Panthers other than Ricky, who had low confidence in the Giants. Why don't you make the Giants case first, Ricky, and then I'll let Rob make the case for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked to see me on the other side of this. The Panthers, I mean, the last 3 weeks, Sam Darnold's been sacked 12 times. The receivers can't catch the ball. Chuba Hubbard is nothing like Christian McCaffrey. So I'm just taking the points here with the Giants. Look, I think the case is going to be like they're not going to drop that many passes every week. Sam Darnold's facing a team that doesn't have quite the pass rush, but he's been sacked a bunch by teams that are kind of middle of the pack. So I just haven't liked the way they've been trending, and I was willing to take the points here, but I think you're going to make all the cases of like, we're going to regress to the mean here, and the Panthers are going to be who I think they are. I'm just not sure the Panthers are who you think they are, Siege.
The issue is just the third down conversion rates are just not going to be this terrible. Like they lost by 6 points and they went 2 for 12 on third down. Like that's just not going to hold, right? Over a large enough sample, no team in the NFL is going 2 for 12. I think we kind of saw them in the second half kind of find their sea legs. Like I fully acknowledge the prior 6 quarters had not looked great, but they looked like they figured it out in the second half. The Vikings were basically drawing to Dalvin Cook and Dalvin Cook only. The Giants do not have Dalvin Cook on this team. I just don't see how the Giants are going to put up points. I think this is going to be kind of a 21-13 type Panthers win here. I just don't see the Giants putting up many points this week. I think the Panthers get enough points done.
Yeah, my argument's very simple. I mean, I make the Panthers -5.5 in this game. I think the Giants are a bad football team. I don't think the Panthers are that bad. Like if you had McCaffrey in this mix, this is what, 7?
Yeah.
Ish. And so, clearly you can't replace McCaffrey's production, but I'm just saying, like, the team overall, ex McCaffrey, is still a 5-point favorite in this spot, I think, against the Giants team that, I mean, do you want to really take the Giants? Like, you're not exactly comfortable with taking them.
Yeah, I lean towards the Panthers, but I'm the Panthers guy, so I acknowledge I'm definitely.
But I'm low confidence here, so I don't give a fuck. I mean,
yeah, but Ricky didn't have a whole lot. I was pretty confident Ricky just put a 2 just because he knew full well I was going to be on the Panthers. He was trying to bluff.
That was part of it. I did want to have that on this show. Is I knew I didn't unhide anything, but I figured we had to have an argument this week. We were too in lockstep last week.
Yeah, see, I knew that was part of the reason too. Packers in Washington. Packers 8-point favorites. The only person with any confidence here is Ricky. 4 confidence on the Packers over a touchdown. I don't know how the Packers defense is getting a stop, Ricky. So you're gonna have to make that case for me.
Yeah, I just don't know how Washington's getting a stop. I think the Packers defense should be ample enough just because it's Heineke. I think the Packers are going to come here and beat the living shit out of Washington. I don't know why you guys aren't on this. The Packers last week played like a game that wasn't a breakaway from the Bears. Soldier Field is a tough place for opposing players to play. I mean, that field is not well kept, and it always seems like the Bears are able to keep teams, keep within striking range of teams at home. That's not going to be the case for Aaron Rodgers, who's another one of those guys who's a pretty drastic home splits guy. throughout the course of his career. This Washington secondary cannot stop anyone. I mean, this is going to be, I think, like a day that I'm betting over basically every single prop. I saw the Packers were at 29.5 points. The only thing I don't like is Jair Alexander. I think this is his final week on IR. I saw they released Quentin Dunbar. I thought maybe Alexander would be back. Then I realized this was his last week. So I think Kevin King will at least be back. So they're not without both their starting corners. I think they'll have one, which makes it a little better. Yeah, Terry McLaurin scares me a little, but I just think the Packers could score and will score 30-plus points here, approaching 40. And then it's a matter, can Washington match them score for score? And I don't think that's the case. I think this is going to be a beatdown.
Rob, what do you think?
I mean, I could get behind Ricky's case, to be honest with you. I just saw better spots. I don't really want to lay 8, but I could get behind Ricky's case.
Yeah, I can get behind it too. I just don't know how the Packers are getting stops, but you're probably right. Like in a game that if neither team can get a stop, who's going to screw up first? I think Heineke is a strong favorite to screw up first before Rodgers.
Yes, exactly. I didn't want to lay any of the double digits, but I thought this one should be double digits. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I fair enough. I laid one of the double digits, not the other. Chiefs -4.5 at the Titans here. Rob, Duke, and I all on the Chiefs here. The Titans are not this good. They got lucky as fuck last week. If the Bills win that game, this number 6.5. That's just national TV bias here. The Chiefs offense will just go in and score at will, and the Chiefs run defense will be good enough to win by a touchdown here.
Yeah, my case for this game is, so on week 1, what would you have made the spread on this game?
7.
I agree. I mean, I'm making it like 6.5, 7 right now. People are really down on the Chiefs, but they are they don't have Derrick Henry, so that's the real X factor in this game, I think. But the Chiefs are a 6-point favorite here all day.
Darrell Williams is a better running back for that offense than Clyde Edwards-Helaire is, and it just looks better every time when they play Darrell Williams. The offense just clicks better. It just does. So I love this spot. Ricky, why didn't you join us?
I don't know.
Had to take the Giants +3.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ricky only has 4 picks in, by the way. So
that's what I do mostly. I'm mostly like a 4-pick guy. I like to stay condensed.
There are rules.
Gotta pick 5.
All right, fine. I'll start picking 5. Yeah. Well, here. In fact, I have picked 5. There we go.
Oh,
5 confidence.
Wow.
There we go.
The 5 confidence. All right, let's move on to the next game. Falcons -2.5 at the Dolphins. Ricky has 3 confidence in the Falcons. Yeah, you're probably right on this one, Ricky. I fully acknowledge that the Falcons are probably winning this game by 7, but I still don't know if I want to take them.
Yeah, like Miami's approaching worst team in football territory, even with all their added draft picks. Tua doesn't look, I mean, like, sure, Jalen Waddle had a week last week, but Atlanta, I think they're a team that's coming on now. Kyle Pitts finally got involved last week. You get Calvin Ridley back, so you have the full gang. Russell Gage is back against a defense at 26th in passing DVOA, 19th in rushing DVOA, and I just don't trust their offense whatsoever. Not that the Falcons' defense is good. I just think that, the Miami offense is pretty poor, and I just have more faith in on both, the weighted averages of this team. I think the Falcons are the much better team here. I just don't like Miami. I'll never like Miami with Tua, and now that we got everyone on this offense, I am willing to lay these points.
Rob, what do you think about
I was on the cusp of making this play. I went with another one with my 3 confidence, but I feel really good about this spot for the Falcons as well. Miami has looked Houston-esque. I don't know, like they're just a bad football team. Like Ricky said, I put them down there with the bottom of the league. So laying less than a field goal,
exactly.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I definitely can get behind this too. I've been picking on the Dolphins secondary almost all season, so I definitely can get behind this one as well. I basically picked another game because I knew that I knew what Ricky did to me on the Giants, I definitely did on a game later on. So I definitely understand the Falcons, though. I can definitely get behind this one. Jets +7 at the Patriots here. I am on the Jets. Duke and Tyler with 5 confidence on the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots win this game. I think the Jets actually win this game straight up. Pat's coming off an emotional loss last week, and Mac Jones is ready for more in the offense, but they're still holding the reins back on him. And as long as they do that and they're going to keep teams around, I think Zach Wilson's going to have a better game plan the second time around. He's got more offensive weapons back. They've looked better. They've been playing better football. I think they put up points. Patriots secondary, not quite what it's been in the past. The pass rush hasn't been there. I think the Jets are very live to win this game. So I got the full touchdown, so I put them on here. Ricky, make the case for the Patriots.
I'm not making a case for Patriots. I stayed away from this game. I thought there was regression possibility. Everyone saw Zach Wilson the first time around. I figured that would be the auto play, and I wanted no part of that. So I ain't making no case.
All right, Rob, you want to make a case for the Patriots?
I'm not going to make a case for the Patriots the rest of the season.
I can't argue. So, yeah.
I'm not going to make a case for the fucking Jets either, though. Like, just stay away from this one, man. I wish Tyler was on here to talk about his 5 confidence here in the Patriots. I could have a 5 confidence on the Patriots against my Pee Wee team. So,
I mean, after the Texans game, I don't know how you could have confidence in them the rest of the way. Lions plus 15 against the Rams here. Hey, Rob has turned into a Lions fan about time.
Wow. 15-point underdog. I'm so proud of us to have some confidence in that.
And I'm the only one.
Rob's confidence is that they're just 15-point dogs. It could be like a high school team with 15-point dogs and Rob would take it.
I'm the only one. This play is 100% based on getting 2 touchdowns plus. Okay. If you give me 3 scores, I'm usually going to take it.
I was going to say, where are you on the Texans, Rob?
Well, that's a different story. But if you're going to give me 3 scores, I'm going to take it. And so I like the 15. And by the way, I'm teasing the Lions up fucking 21 this week as well. And some teasers because it's the NFL, baby. You give me that many fucking points, I'm taking them. That's my analysis. That's the entire play.
C just mentioned a bunch of times, like this should be a multiple win team too. This isn't the Texans. I agree with you. I think this is a better team. And so, yeah, I probably should be on this one. Over 2 touchdowns.
It's a horrible spot because Sean McVay knows every one of Jared Goff's weaknesses, and he's going to expose them for the world to see. That's my only hesitation here. Like, McVay was in his headset and knows exactly how to screw up with his head. I just hate this. Like, if you did this blind and you put the Rams stats and the Lions stats, I agree with you. I'd be on the Lions plus 15, but there's an X factor I just can't shake it.
It's a travesty if we don't take these 15 points at least in one entry.
You know what? For someone who was happy laying 10 with the Vikings like 2 weeks ago against this Lions team, I really don't want to hear it from you, of all people.
10 and 15 are very different numbers.
Yeah, they barely covered one. So let's get to the game that I knew I was going to disagree with people on. Eagles plus 3 at the Raiders minus 3. Everyone's going to be on the Eagles plus 3 here, and the Raiders are going to win this game as an underdog favorite. Like, no one's betting the Raiders minus 3 here. No one. This is going to be such a public game. Publix and Sharps are going to be all over the Eagles. Sign me up for the Raiders minus 3 at home. There's no way the Raiders are not the better football team. The Eagles suck. I've been on this train for a long time. They still suck. Stop thinking that Jalen Hurts is good. He's not.
What?
I don't think he's that good. I mean, the numbers the last few weeks have been pretty brutal and some pretty good matchups. I mean, like a 56 quarterback rating against Tampa, 63 against Carolina. Like, I'm not making that argument. I just knew Siege was going to be on the other side of this one. He is the world's biggest Eagle hater.
That's fine, Ricky. How about we both just pull? I just put it because I thought you were going to be on the Eagles, so we could just both remove our rankings and we'll be fine. I'm not desperate to pick these Raiders. I just didn't want the Eagles.
By the way, I bet the under on Hurts total yards 2 weeks in a row and cash 2 weeks in a row. They keep setting him at like 330 total yards, and this dude's putting up like 250-ish, something like that. The
narrative on him. So, Ricky, you want to pull your 3 and I'll pull my 3?
Sure.
All right, because then I can go to the Falcons, which I very
What's this,
much
guns down or what?
Well, I'd much rather play the Falcons, no question.
Yeah, I don't really want to be on the Raiders. I just did not want the Eagles. So fair enough. We can do that. And now Ricky's back to 4 games, which is how he likes it anyways.
Comfort zone, baby. Comfort zone.
All right, Bears plus 12.5 at the Bucks here. Jeff and I are on the Bucks minus 12.5. This is just the absolute worst Justin Fields spot I could possibly ever imagine. A defense you cannot run the ball at all against and have to throw with Justin Fields against that pass rush. This is going to get ugly early, fast. Like, I'm not sure Justin Fields makes it through this game in one piece. I can't make a worse matchup for him this week.
So 56 quarterback rating for Hurts against this team last week. You're going under 56 for Fields this week.
I think like under 15 is in the range of outcomes here. Like, it's just a disastrous matchup. Justin Fields can't throw. It's going to be like 3rd and long because we know they're going to run on 1st and 2nd down anyways. It's just this has got massive.
Justin Fields is a good quarterback, guys.
He will be good. He's not there yet.
He's a good quarterback.
My Fields case has been he's not ready yet. It's not that he can't be good. He's not ready. He can't throw past a first read, and he's just he holds the ball too long against this pass rush. Ugh.
I agree. It's a horrible spot for him, but you know why I'm not taking the play.
Yeah, because it's too many points. But I actually make this game 15.5. So I actually make this the same number I make the Lions game, which is about right, I think, in this matchup. This is just a matchup from hell.
Do you think that'll be a popular pick this week?
No, I don't think so. This is a pretty sharp contest. Like, I've just noticed the double-digit favorites have just not been getting a lot of traction in the past weeks. So I don't think this is going to be a pretty popular pick. Texans plus 18.5 at Arizona. Oh, did anybody want to make the case for the Bears? I didn't think so from the tones I heard. I didn't think so. Okay. Texans plus 18.5 at the Cardinals here. Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins is scoring 2 touchdowns this week. I haven't looked at what the price is yet, but I'm going to go bet it no matter what the price is because he's very vengeful and Kyler will get the job done. If you force me to pick it like in a pool where you pick every game, I guess I'm laying the 18.5, but I have no confidence in this. And neither did anybody.
Too many points.
Yeah, I think if I had to, I'd be on the other side just because of the points, the Rob strategy. But I couldn't imagine wanting to do so.
Yeah, this is why we're grateful we only have to pick 5. Colts plus 4 at the Niners here. Jeff wants to take the 4, and so does Tyler with the Colts. I don't know.
I could be talked into that.
I could be talked into it. Jimmy G's been terrible. There's no Trey Lance looks like available this week, so it's going to be the Jimmy G show no matter how healthy he is. The problem is the 49ers are getting healthier. I don't know if I really want – like the time to hit them was before the bye.
Is Kittle back?
No, I don't think so. I think he's got one more week because they had their bye week. And it's 3 games missed. It's not 3 weeks. So I could be talked into the Colts. I think I'd rather take the Falcons personally if we were kind of at that point in the tree. But I get this. That's the side I would lean.
Yeah, I definitely lean Colts here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one I think we could get behind if we need to. Saints minus 5 against the Seahawks. Once again, we are trying to lay a road favorite on Monday Night Football. I swear to God, we'd be like 5 games better if we just stopped doing this every week. I think we're literally 0-5. I can go back and check, but I'm pretty sure we're 0-5 laying points on the road on Monday Night Football. I don't know why you would want to lay 5 with the Saints against the Seahawks. Geno Smith was not as bad as people thought last week. This is a drastic overreaction to what people thought was a bad Geno game, and it wasn't that bad.
This is my lowest confidence. Like I don't have a very strong argument on either side of this. In fact, I could just as easily move my pick to the Falcons and be okay. Jeff and Tyler sort of have stronger confidence on this game than I do, but my play is my confidence there is strictly based on Geno Smith being quarterback for the Seahawks. He didn't get it done last week.
He wasn't that bad though.
No, but yeah, if you're a Steelers guy and it like the Steelers 13th in pass DVOA, I think with the variance and the schedule early, they're definitely a better pass defense than that. I would say they're probably closer to like top 5. Geno had 100 quarterback rating against them. So like Siege is right. If you do acknowledge that that's a difficult matchup, like he was pretty good. And I don't know. Something about Jameis on the road laying 5 points. I feel like we've seen that one before. I have no interest personally.
Yeah, I kind of regret putting one on the Panthers. I kind of wish I had put one on the Seahawks to kind of just make sure we didn't get this spot. I don't like this spot one bit. So
the other guys would never know if you switched your pick.
Yeah, that's just unethical. Rob said he was thinking about moving to the Falcons, though. If he moves it to the Falcons,
no, I am. I'm moving my. I'll do it right now.
Beautiful.
There we go.
There we go. That's gonna. Yeah, because then we'll get the Falcons instead of the Saints, and then we can get the Colts instead of the Saints. We'll be in much better shape that way, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, just to kind of recap, the teams will be all in this week on are Chiefs and Ravens, and then after that, we'll have some Bucks, we'll have some Colts, we'll have some Falcons. Seems pretty fair to me. It's a pretty solid mix of teams. We have any underdogs? Probably not.
You got to have Detroit. You're not going to give me Detroit in one.
I'll give you Detroit in one. It's just, as the guy who's been pounding the drum on Detroit for like a month, I'm not going to just like leave you hanging here.
Yeah, I would like to benefit if like the big underdog hits. I think that'll be fun to have in one. I think we throw it in there.
That's fine. We could throw it. I mean, I've been pro Lions for a month now, so I've certainly.
And I'm pro like big underdogs. I didn't pick any, so I feel like I'm doing a disservice to myself as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't really have the best choices for It's not like we had the Lions against the Vikings or something that was pretty obvious. So
yeah,
we had like the Texans, the Bears in the absolute worst spot you could dream of. And then you had like the Lions. So you kind of were just stuck with Lions by default.
See, and I feel like Goff revenge game.
I just can't get there. So Survivor, we'll have to just placate Jeff Mans, but Bucks on both. Ricky, you're on Team Bucks too?
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't post it, but I'll post it for you as well. Yeah, Bucks. This is clearly the correct answer. It's the Bucks. So we'll get Jeff on board here before we go. And is that you, Rob, plugging him in?
I was about to.
Good, beautiful. You plug him in, and I can wash my hands and say it wasn't me, it was Rob. So really appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, once the final picks are done, I will go ahead and post them in the Circa Context section and actually do it this week. I am not on the road, so I'll actually remember to do it. So you can check the Circa Contest section for all of our picks. Anything else you guys want to mention before we get out?
I think we covered most of it. Go ahead.
Where's the what's the winningest record in this contest? Do you know?
26-4.
Jesus Christ! Well, that dude's gonna regress.
Yeah, 26-4.
Wow. All right.
26-4. So there's been some, that's okay though. We just got to get ourselves into the 60% range and we'll be fine.
All right.
So a big week.
Here.
Not starting 0-1 by taking the road dog on Monday Night Football will be a good start for us.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back and check and see what our record is, but I swear we're like 0-4, 0-5 at this because I remember we took the Chiefs once that didn't work. It's definitely not our first rodeo with that. So, all right, thanks again to Sean for producing this behind the glass. For Rob, for Ricky, I'm CJ. We'll see you guys next week for week number 8.